If you have studied the basic special theory of relativity, then you might have heard about the twin paradox. So it is a very trivial paradox in special theory of relativity. So in this video I'm going to explain this paradox with the help of an example, and also I'm going to resolve this paradox. So take an example that we have two twin brothers and I'm calling them by the name of pi and psi. When I say the word twin, so it means that their roles are identical. Their aging processes, the chemical processes within their bodies are same. Their respiration rates are same. So the idea is that one of the brother, and let's say psi, gets into a spaceship that is moving with velocity equal to 0.8 c, that is 80% of the speed of light, and it travels to a very far planet and then it comes back, while the other one stays on the earth during this entire period of time. So after the round trip, the pi says, which one is pi? The one which is staying on the earth. He says that the psi is 8 years younger than him, while the other one says, the psi says that the pi is 4.5 years younger than him. So how is it possible? Both can't be younger than each other at the same time, because one can be younger, other can be older, or both can be of the same age, but both can't be younger at the same time. So that is basically the paradox. So this is basically the twin paradox, and now let us look how these numbers arrives. Okay, now let us perform some calculations. So let's say the distance between the Earth and the planet is 8 light year. Here I am representing the Earth by this blue circle, and the white circle is representing the planet. So the distance between the Earth and the planet is 8 light year, and the velocity with which the spaceship is traveling is 0.8 c. So you know from a very simple mechanics formula, so the S is equal to Vt, so the time taken for the round trip will be equal to distance covered over velocity. Since I'm taking the round trip, so means the distance will be double. So the 2 times 8 light year divided by velocity, which is 0.8 c, so this gives me 20 years. So means if the spaceship departs from the Earth, then goes to the planet and then it comes back, so for this entire process 20 years has been passed on the Earth. So the age of pi according to Earth clock is 20 years. Since we have assumed that at the time of departure of the spaceship the ages of both of the brothers are 0, so therefore the age will be 20. Okay, now we want to find the age of psi, and we are taking Earth as our frame of reference. So you are familiar with this idea that the moving clock runs slow. That is basically the case of the time dilation. So if you have two frames, one frame is at rest while the other frame is moving, so the time will be dilated in the moving frame. And when I say the clock runs slow, it doesn't mean only clock runs slow, means that all the natural processes will be slow. The aging processes or the chemical processes within the bodies, all of them will be slow. So the relation between the time interval in these two frames is given by this relation. Improper time interval is equal to a constant factor which we call gamma times proper time interval. And by improper time interval we mean the time interval within a frame which is at rest, while the proper time interval is in the frame which is in motion. Or you can talk in terms of the coordinates. So if two events are happening at the same location, so the time interval will be proper time interval, and if these two events are happening at the different locations, so that will be improper time interval. And the gamma is defined in this way. So the square root of 1 minus u squared over c squared, where u is the velocity with which the frame is moving. In this case we have taken u is equal to 0.8 c, the speed of our spaceship. So the gamma is equal to 1.66. So the proper time interval means the time which is passed on this spaceship will be equal to improper time interval over gamma, which is 20 years over 1.66, which is equal to 12 years. It means that although the 20 years has been passed on the Earth, but on the spaceship only 12 years has been passed, so the difference is 8 years. So if we take the age of the psi 0 at the time of departure, so after this trip his age will be 12 years. So the age of pi is 20 years while the age of psi is 12 years, so the difference is 8 years. So psi is 8 years younger than pi. And remember, this is not the paradox, this is simply a time dilation effect. Okay, now principle of relativity allows us to switch our frame of reference. So we can take any inertial frame as our frame of reference and we can perform measurements. So that is basically the principle of relativity says all inertial frames are identical. So we can choose spaceship at rest and Earth as moving in opposite direction. If you are standing on a bus stop and you see a bus which is moving, so bus is appearing to be in motion, but for an observer which is in the bus, you will be in the motion in the opposite direction. So mean motion is relative, it is not an absolute idea. So improper time interval will be equal to gamma times proper time interval. So here if we are taking the spaceship as our stationary frame and the Earth is moving, so the time interval on the Earth will be proper time interval. So we can readjust this expression. So the proper time interval, the time passed on the Earth, is equal to improper time interval, means the time interval on the spaceship divided by gamma. And the improper time interval, the time on the spaceship is 12 years. We have already found this. So 12 over 1.66 is equal to 7.5. It is actually 7.5. So the age of pi is 7.5 years. So see what is we are doing here. So we have changed our frame of reference. So now we are taking spaceship as our frame of reference, and using the principle of relativity we have performed these calculations. So from these calculations it appears that the age of the brother which is on the Earth is 7.5 years. So 12 minus 7.5 is equal to 4.5. So the age of pi is 7.5 years, so difference is 4.5. So it means that the pi is 4.5 years younger than psi. So this is basically the paradox. So after the round trip, pi says, and remember who is pi? The one which is staying on the Earth. Psi is 8 years younger than him, while psi performs the calculation using the special theory of relativity, and he says that the pi is 4.5 years younger than him. So how is this possible? How can both be younger than each other? So that is basically the paradox. Now how to resolve this paradox? So there are different ways of doing this. Well, in the start we said that both the brothers are in identical situations, their roles are symmetrical. But there is an important point to consider. When the psi gets into a spaceship and moves to the planet, and then when it comes back, so mean it has to change its direction. The spaceship has to change its direction. So when the spaceship changes the direction, so basically it is accelerating, so there is an acceleration involved. So for that period of time the spaceship is not an inertial frame of reference, so therefore the special theory of relativity is not valid there. So, but this is one way of doing this, to consider this point and take, so this is one way of doing this, to take this point into account and resolve this paradox. But I'm going with a more simple approach. So I will be using only the idea of synchronization of clocks and the length contraction, and if you have studied the basic special theory of relativity then you are familiar with this idea. So let's go ahead and solve this paradox. we have already said that the distance between the Earth and the planet is at light year. This is basically the rest length. So we are measuring it from the Earth or from the planet. Both are stationary. But if an observer is moving, then this length is contracted for him. So that is called length contraction. Then we can put this way, that the moving length is equal to rest length over gamma. So rest length is at light year divided by 1.66, which is equal to 4.8 light years. So although the distance between the Earth and the planet is at light year, but for an observer which is moving with a speed equal to 0.8 c, this length will be contracted and he has to travel a distance of 4.8 light years only. So therefore, if the spaceship travels for 4.8 light years and it is traveling with a speed of 0.8 c, then from the mechanics formula S is equal to Vt, we can find the time for this travel, for this journey, which is equal to 6 years. So again we can use the idea of the time dilation. So improper time interval is equal to gamma times proper time interval. Since we are taking the spaceship as our frame of reference, so 6 years have been passed on the Earth for this trip. So here the proper time interval will be the time interval passed on the Earth, which is equal to improper time interval over gamma, and improper time interval is 6 years divided by 1.66, which gives us 3.6 years. So that is the idea. When there is no relative motion, so the clocks on the planet and Earth are synchronized. So when the time here is 0, the time there is also 0. And here during this round trip, 3.6 years have been passed on the Earth. So 3.6 years have been passed on the Earth. So are the clock synchronized? Mean the clock on the planet should also show 3.6 years. Well, the time will not be the same. So now the idea is that the moving clocks are not synchronized. So this is basically one of the consequences of Lorentz transformation between the natural frames. So if we have two clocks, then these two clocks are at rest, so when we can synchronize them, so they will show the same time. But if both of them are moving in the same direction, so the clock which is at the rear end, which is beyond the first one, will show the more time. So the difference between the time interval measured by these two clocks in motion will be given by this expression. T2 minus T1 is basically the difference between the time interval measured by these two clocks, which is equal to gamma x2 minus x1, these are the location coordinates, times v by c squared. So if we put our value, so it will give us 6.4 years. We know the value of gamma, which is 1.66. We know the value of x2 minus x1, which is basically the distance between these two clocks. And here the Earth is our clock and the planet is our clock. So when the passenger is moving from Earth towards planet, so for this observer it will appear that the planet and the Earth are moving in opposite direction. So x2 minus x1 is basically the distance between these two planets, and we know the value of v, which is 0.8 c. So this gives us 6.4 year, and so means this is the difference measured by the clocks. So now the idea is that when the passenger gets into the spaceship and spaceship is moving towards the planet, so for the passenger it appears that the Earth and the planet are moving in the opposite direction. So in this way the clock and the planet is at the rear end while the Earth is ahead. So the clock which is on the planet will show more time, which is given by 6.4 years. So that is the idea. So when the time on the Earth is 0, the time on the planet should be 6.4 years for the spaceship as measured from the spaceship. and when the time on the earth advances by 3.6 years, so it should also advance by 3.6 years on the planet. So this gives you 6.4 plus 3.6, which is equal to 10 years. And again, when the spaceship changes its direction, and now it is moving in from planet towards earth, so again it will appear that the earth and planets are in motion, but now in that case the earth is at the rear end. Since all other parameters are same, so the difference between their measurements will be 6.4 years. So mean when the time on the planet is 10 years, then the time on the earth clock should be 16.4 years. And since during this trip there will be a 3.6 years interval, so we can put this here. So 10 plus 3.6, 13.6, and the same time should also appear on the earth. So this gives us 16.4 plus 3.6, which is equal to 20 years. So now according to Psi, during the round trip, time passed on earth is 20 years. So the age of pi is 20 years. So the paradox has been resolved. Okay, now both agree that the age of Psi is 12 years while the age of pi is 20. So Psi is 8 years younger than pi. So paradox has been resolved.